Summary of When I Was Your Age, Life Lessons, Funny Stories and Questionable Parenting Advice from a Professional Clown, written by Kenan Thompson. Chapter 1. In the heart of Georgia, nestled in a middle-class neighborhood, I grew up with a penchant for the unconventional, the off-brand, as I fondly called it. While my peers sipped on Coca-Cola, we reached for the less heralded but equally satisfying RC Cola. Red Lobster's endless shrimp was traded for the super sampler platters at Long John Silver's, and rather than the enchantment of Disney World, my childhood was spent in the thrilling embrace of Six Flags. Bugs Bunny held a special place in my heart, eclipsing the popularity of the ubiquitous Mickey Mouse. Nickelodeon, a fledgling cable network for kids, became my go-to channel, and its unassuming stars like Mark Summers and Phil Moore became my idols. Nickelodeon, with its under-the-radar vibe and quirky shows like You Can't Do That on Television and the eccentric Danger Mouse, resonated with me in a way that transcended the mainstream allure of other networks. Mark Summers, the host of the game show Double Dare, and Phil Moore, the happy-go-lucky host of Nick Arcade, were my early introductions to the world of entertainment. Summers, with his spot-on impressions and infectious humor, left an indelible mark on my young mind. Phil Moore, a beacon of genuine warmth and support, embodied the kind of person I aspired to be, a bit nerdy, always genuine, solid, and unapologetically himself. As fate would have it, the surreal moment arrived when I stepped onto the set of All That, Nickelodeon's second attempt at a sketch comedy show. Prior to this, the first attempt, Roundhouse, had introduced me to the obscure world of the Any Family and high-concept song and dance numbers. Now, at the tender age of 14, I found myself on the Universal Studios lot in Orlando, Florida. The first sight that greeted me was the parking spot of Jonathan Brandis, the 17-year-old heartthrob of the moment, filming Sequest DSV, a few doors down from our set. My journey into showbiz had been marked by a desire to emulate the child actors I admired. From Brandon Adams in The Sandlot, to Aaron Lohr in Newsies, and Dante Bosco as the iconic Rufio in Hook, I aspired to be a recognizable face, a go-to performer. The dream was not only to start acting but to continue uninterrupted, establishing myself as a prolific actor with a unique stamp. The desire to be a part of the pantheon of child actors who had left an indelible mark on the industry fueled my ambition. The first day on the set of All That was etched in my memory, not only because it marked a monumental shift in my life but also because it began with 3 hours of school. The juxtaposition of linear equations and the excitement of being on a Nickelodeon set added a touch of humor to the narrative. The initial moments were a mix of nerves, shyness, and a feeling of being the last one picked. The cast, ranging from the youngest, 10-year-old Katrina Johnson, to the wise 17-year-old Lori Beth Denberg, formed a diverse ensemble. Lori Beth, exuding fierce mama bear energy, stood out as a sophisticated presence, light years beyond her peers in maturity. Amidst the cast, Kel Mitchell, the other black actor on the set, and I shared a nod, an unspoken recognition that transcended words. In that shared glance, we communicated a sense of belonging, a unity forged by shared experiences and a common understanding of the struggles faced by people of color. This communal nod, a testament to the shared history and shared struggles, became a silent pact of solidarity. The narrative unfolds, introducing Josh Server, the cool guy who seemed to get along with everyone. My inclination to like white people, as expressed in the text, reveals the subtle racial dynamics at play. The mention of attending private school and the expectation that Josh would be just fine, even if he didn't season his food or wash his legs, adds a layer of humor and cultural commentary. As the cast continued to bond, a pattern emerged. Kel and I were frequently paired together. The acknowledgement of being the two black actors on the show, a rarity in the landscape of children's television, was not lost on us. The passage sheds light on the significance of this representation, breaking away from the typical tokenism seen in the industry. The pairing of two black actors as a dynamic duo was groundbreaking and added a layer of complexity to the narrative. The author's journey into showbiz, as depicted in the passage, reflects a mix of confidence, naivety, and a genuine love for performance. The audition process, marked by a cocky demeanor and a belief in the inevitability of success, transitions into a moment of self-doubt and realization of the enormity of the opportunity. The author grapples with the nerves and uncertainties of stepping onto the stage, shedding light on the vulnerability behind the confident facade. The formation of the three amigos, Kenan, Kel, and Josh, becomes a central theme. The camaraderie among the trio is palpable, with each member bringing a unique flavor to the mix. The author's admiration for Kel's performance in The Good Burger sketch is a testament to the genuine support and camaraderie among the cast members. The narrative transcends the competitive nature often associated with the entertainment industry, emphasizing the collaborative spirit that defined the early years on All That. Backstage adventures and teenage hijinks become integral to the narrative. Sneaking into the Universal theme park during lunch breaks and reveling in the anonymity before fame took over paint a picture of carefree adolescence. The passage unfolds as a tale of mischief, camaraderie, and the shared joy of being young actors at Universal Studios. The friendship between Kel, Josh, and the author is explored with warmth and humor. The camaraderie extends beyond the stage, with the trio becoming inseparable. The passage captures the essence of youthful exuberance, shared dreams, and the joy of navigating the entertainment industry together. The backstage antics, from late-night phone calls to playful pranks, add depth to the portrayal of these friendships. As the narrative draws to a close, the author expresses gratitude for the friendships forged during the formative years on All That. The genuine appreciation for the opportunity to bring laughter to Nickelodeon's young audience is evident. The passage encapsulates the mix of excitement, camaraderie, and youthful energy that defined the author's early years on the show. In conclusion, the passage is a rich tapestry of nostalgia, ambition, and camaraderie. The author's journey from a middle-class kid in Georgia to a young actor on Nickelodeon's All That is recounted with humor, humility, and genuine reflection. The narrative weaves together elements of childhood, dreams, and the unique experiences of navigating the entertainment industry as a teenager. The exploration of camaraderie, representation, and the joy of bringing laughter to young viewers adds depth to the narrative, making it a compelling journey into the author's early years in showbiz. Chapter 2. Kenan Thompson's narrative unfolds as a poignant exploration of his upbringing, family dynamics, racial consciousness, and the evolving cultural landscape, centered around the celebration of his daughter Gianna's 4th birthday in his Atlanta hometown. As a seasoned comedian and longtime Saturday Night Live cast member, Thompson skillfully weaves personal anecdotes and reflections, inviting readers into the heart of his experiences. The story begins with a deliberate choice, as Thompson opts for an Airbnb in his childhood neighborhood instead of a conventional downtown hotel for Gianna's birthday celebration. This decision becomes a gateway to a nostalgic journey down memory lane, where Thompson shares tales from his youth, alternately boring and surprising his children. The stark contrast between his upbringing and his daughter's contemporary experiences becomes a recurring theme, with Thompson humorously reminiscing about a time when iPhones were non-existent, and childhood play involved amusingly unconventional elements like playing with cigarette butts. Delving into his family's socioeconomic status, Thompson paints a vivid picture of a middle-class life in an all-black neighborhood just outside Atlanta's Perimeter Highway. Red Lobster outings were noteworthy events, and vacations were modest, if they happened at all. Thompson's reflections touch on the simplicity of life, emphasizing home-cooked meals, familial connections, and the absence of extravagant luxuries. The passage provides a relatable glimpse into the everyday experiences of a middle-class family, underscoring the enduring value placed on togetherness. The racial dynamics of Atlanta emerge as a central and poignant theme in Thompson's narrative. Growing up in a city starkly divided along racial lines, he reflects on his parents' move from Virginia and the challenges they faced in a racially segregated Atlanta. The dichotomy between the inside and outside of the Perimeter Highway becomes a powerful metaphor for the racial divide, offering readers insights into the complexities of Thompson's upbringing. Thompson's racial awareness unfolds gradually, from childhood ignorance to a more profound understanding in high school. Instances of racial profiling and stereotyping, even in his teenage years, serve as awakening moments. The passage encapsulates the evolution of Thompson's awareness about racism, systemic inequality, and the struggles faced by the Black community. His recollections provide a nuanced perspective on the racial climate of Atlanta and the impact of historical events on his personal journey. The neighborhood itself becomes a character in the narrative, whether near the bustling airport or the charming college park. Thompson's descriptions evoke a sense of nostalgia for a time when children were latchkey kids, navigating a world of cartoons and outdoor activities. His portrayal of his mother as a strict yet nurturing figure highlights the importance of values such as manners and education in shaping his character. As the narrative unfolds, Thompson draws parallels between his father's protective measures, symbolized by a loaded gun during family trips, and his own approach to parenting. The passage navigates the challenges of raising children in a different era, where many flat-screen TVs in the car replace loaded guns as protective measures. Thompson reflects on the irony of his career trajectory, landing on a show like Saturday Night Live, which had its own struggles with systemic racism. The narrative doesn't merely dwell on nostalgia, it also offers a critical examination of the racial climate of Atlanta. Thompson's reflections on growing up in a city divided along racial lines provide a nuanced perspective on systemic issues. His journey from childhood ignorance to a profound understanding of racial dynamics reflects the broader societal changes over the years. The neighborhood, with its distinct locations like the noisy airport or the charming college park, becomes more than a backdrop. It becomes a character in itself. Thompson's vivid descriptions transport readers to a time when children were latchkey kids, navigating a world filled with cartoons and outdoor activities. His portrayal of his mother as a strict yet nurturing figure underscores the importance of values such as manners and education in shaping his character. As the narrative unfolds further, Thompson draws compelling parallels between his father's protective measures, symbolized by a loaded gun during family trips, and his own approach to parenting. The passage navigates the challenges of raising children in a different era, where many flat-screen TVs in the car replace loaded guns as protective measures. Thompson reflects on the irony of his career trajectory, landing on a show like Saturday Night Live, which itself had its struggles with systemic racism. The narrative doesn't merely revel in nostalgia, it also offers a critical examination of the racial climate of Atlanta. Thompson's reflections on growing up in a city divided along racial lines provide a nuanced perspective on systemic issues. His journey from childhood ignorance to a profound understanding of racial dynamics reflects the broader societal changes over the years. The narrative concludes with Thompson contemplating the difficult conversations about race that he anticipates having with his daughters. He acknowledges the shift in privileges from his upbringing to his daughter's experiences, highlighting the need for open dialogues about racism and systemic inequalities. This introspective conclusion underscores the passage's broader theme of generational differences, evolving societal attitudes, and the responsibility of parents to navigate these complexities. In essence, Kenan Thompson's narrative is a rich and multifaceted exploration of his Atlanta upbringing, blending humor, nostalgia, and poignant reflections on family, race, and societal changes. Through his storytelling, Thompson invites readers to share in the joys and challenges of his journey, creating a narrative that is both deeply personal and universally resonant. The passage serves as a testament to the enduring impact of one's roots and the continuous evolution of personal and societal perspectives.